Oh, Charlie.
I have a list going. Any requests?
Not off the top of my head.
All right. How about
Chad,
from
what do
your
we think?
stomach?
What was that, Mama?
I said, how about from your stomach?
Cheese.
Do you have any
Cheese.
garbanzo beans?
There's some
We have
in the...
lots of chickpeas canned up in the cupboard. We have corn. If you wanted to scope out the canned foods that are up here. There's coconut cream, I've got Kalamata olives, beets, hominy corn, regular corn,
I
tomato
often
sauce.
pour like half a can
Sardine.
of,
Huh?
I often pour like half a can of tikka masala onto a can of garbanzo beans and eat that.
I have curry.
Charlie has several items he would like to add to the TG.
We still have the bok choy.
We could make more soup. That's true. Just treating Twitch to our grocery plans for the week. Cool, fun. This jacket is wonderful, but too warm.
Tofu at the grocery the other day, and it's in the freezer.
Hi, Annual. Oh yeah, you like the business jacket? Ah, there it is. What do you think? Business elf.
If you want me to pull it out, like this evening, to have it for tomorrow or whatever, you just let me know.
Oh.
Pumpkin,
Taylor vibes? Oh no.
couple of
Oh,
things.
she's in hot water right now, my friend.
Coconut milk. What is that? Oh, tuna. Go ahead. And jackfruit and meat substitute.
But how are you? I wanted to hop on for just like a little bit today since we didn't get to hang out yesterday because, well, apparently 3 or 4 hours in a car is all of the activities that an elfie gets to do. Apparently. Isn't that great to find out last minute like that? Believe during her Lover album she wore a lot of such jackets. I heard that album was pretty good, so I would not object. It's a nice jacket. Mumphy just gave it to me, or at least had me try it on. A little unclear. My Mumphy loves me, but like, look at the buttons too. Like, they're really pretty buttons. They've got like a little shield on them. Hi, GH. Roomy jacket. Yeah, I do agree. There is something of the golden music video to this if they did it in green tones instead. The gloves fit so well with this. Are you serious? These are just Okay, you might be laying it on a little thick now. These are they're just my rubber gloves for sculpting. But maybe I should have gloves. I do have one pair of gloves. They're green, they're leather, and they also have like touch sensitive fingertips. I need to pull those out and make sure that they are on deck for this fall because they make me feel so fancy. They make me feel so fancy. Hi, Jessica. Welcome in. Yes, everyone welcome Human 2 to Arizona. He's at the kitchen table doing some Japanese practice on his lunch break. It's 3:44
p.m. lunch break.
Well, it's 3:44 p.m. there, but it's lunchtime here. See? Time zones. Crazy shit. He's in the eras zone? What? No, he's at the dining room table. What did I do? Time zone. I'm so confused. It's okay. It's okay that I'm confused. I don't have to understand everything everywhere all at once.
excited, but next
Doesn't
year-
stop me from wishing I understood a few things right now, locally. Arizona. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness, Charlie.
That was a long one.
That was a very long meow. My God.
Yeah.
Did someone clip that? Can we get a clip of just Charlie's meow?
I'm gonna cook my lunch now. I'm not sharing my eggs with you.
Thank you, Animal. Charlie, you're so handsome.
Charlie the tuna head.
I think some of it is that he thinks that because Mumphy is having a food, that it must be time for him to have another food, even though it is well past his 11 C's that he has at 11. It's 12:46. Mumphy already did that. You have to wait for tea time.
He has a few nibbles from his 11 season bowl.
Yes, and he has leftovers he can eat, and he always has dry food available for a little snack in between. And it's really up to him to go do that. So, and he's on the table now.
Did he eat all
Yeah,
those
now he's
Cheetos
down.
last night?
Yes.
Well, perhaps Charlie is entitled to a few more treats then. Arizona, you. That shouldn't be as funny as it is. I just. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this week's schedule is all out of whack. It's all out of whack, and I was supposed to take this jacket off before I started playing with the clay.
Better not be doing clay in that jacket.
She's not.
For completely unrelated reasons, my love, could you come help me out of my jacket? For no reason whatsoever.
So that you can start doing clay?
Yeah, so that I can start doing clay, that's why. Just, the cuff, and I'll just, oh God.
You want to take off the gloves? Just sacrifice one pair of gloves instead?
Well, I don't have very many pairs of gloves left. Otherwise, the answer would be yes. Okay. Success. No casualties. I win. Nothing was ever wrong in the first place anyway, so, I don't know what I was worried about. Mumphy, don't watch the playback. Just skip the first 10 minutes, okay? You are Taylor Swift? You need help changing outfits? You're gonna get me in trouble with the Swifties. And the anti-Swifties. Oof. That Moss piano haunts me, though. Like, to be honest, like, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, I should just see if there's anyone who's trimmed down the performances to just focus on the piano. I might be mildly obsessed with the idea of a Moss piano. Changed so many outfits during many of her performances. Yeah. And that's cool. It's like the ears redeems. Or like Charlie yelling. Like that. See? It's exactly the same. Oh, thank you, Animal. Can we make sure that that gets to the Discord? Because something tells me I'm going to want to watch it on repeat. Oh. That was a chair. All the floors here are tile to help with heat management. And so when you have like little rubber feet on the bottoms of the furniture, sometimes they squeak just a little bit. And sometimes a lot of it. And I've only been here for 2 weeks, so I'm still getting used to the noises. Vernon, oh my goodness! No robo-reader, but still at 44 months. That's so many, my friend. Thank you so much. Here, let me draw a pumpkin for you in just a second here. Just gonna wipe some of the clay off my fingies. There is no robo-reader, and I'm very sorry about that. But I shall be home again soon. And assuming that my body doesn't fall apart as soon as I enter Ohio's airspace, maybe we'll even do our first stream back, actually from the studio. Oh, it'll be so nice to get back there. Sort of a homecoming stream, yeah. Oh my god. There are always things falling because I like to put them right on the edge of things. It feels symbolic to my state of mind, I guess. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Can my pumpkin have a sly face? For 44 months? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can have a sly little face. I just need to figure out how to do that. Do you mean like a little smirk or a sly face? Human 2, what does a sly face look like? Make a sly face for me. That's not very sly.
Try this one.
I'm not very sly. Now see this face here.
Cat face.
Any face that the cat is making will be sly. That's a good point.
Do a Mau Mau face. She's got sly.
Put them on the edge. You truly are a cat girl. Oh, Mau Mau's like plotting cat face.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Mau Mau's plotting cat face?
For a pumpkin too.
Awful idea. Think the Grinch when he had a terrible. Oh, the Grinch had an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea. Oh, I don't know if I can draw that. I will try. Okay, here we go. This is me gonna try. Turn this so that there's a chance of you being able to see anything. Just trying to think about Jim Carrey's face.
Folding directions for the air mattress.
Alright, so I'm assuming you mean like a carved face, which will simplify things a little bit. So we've got some sly eyes here. Oh, that could be sneaky, but not quite Grinchy. I don't know, this could be going a little bit too oogie boogie now. I don't know.
Dish pad is over there. How was your rock earlier?
It's nice.
Did you get as far as the spiral garden or further?
Yeah, I went into the labyrinth and looked around.
That's huge.
Do we think it looks sly enough? I'm trying. I could give him some teeth. Do we think that would help? I don't know.
Birthday bears.
Perfection? Well, thank you. Thank you. Christmas from coming.
Much better.
But how? Well, you know, you could start by making everybody love Halloween more. It's exactly what you were thinking. I am so flattered. I'm glad you like him. The fact that Jim Carrey can do that with his face, though, I think we should all agree is tremendous accomplishment and should be studied. Like, how do you just make your face do that? Jay, you've seen the video, right? Where you've seen the videos, right? Where he's like talking about how a kid came up to him in the store and their parents recognized him as like he was in the Grinch, and then he just transforms his face into I must stop Christmas from coming. And it seems to scare the adults more because they didn't think that he was doing that with his real face. And I am one of those adults, because I'm an adult, who also did not think that someone could do that with their face. Mom Faye, have you seen this video, or do I need to show you later?
You can show me later.
I'll show you later.
Good.
Okay. 44 months, though, Verdant. Thank you so much. That is kind of blowing me away, dude. So here is your finished pumpkin, Sly pumpkin. He's definitely trying to stop Christmas from coming. Jim Carrey's done a stand-up comedy years before where he did some fun facial funkery. Oh my gosh. Years before the Grinch. Well, today I learned that they hired him knowing he was going to be able to do that. Now, I guess the real question is, did they hire him and specifically say, okay, and you're going to do the thing, right? Like, that's my question that remains, I think, is, so they hired him. And they knew that he'd done this in the past, probably. Was it in the contract? Was it in the contract that he gets to, instead of using prosthetics? Or was it in the contract that he has to? I have questions. I have questions that I didn't have 10 minutes ago. Charlie has complaints that he has had his entire life. Regrettably, those complaints seem to be mostly baseless. Regrettably, for his lawyer's fees, they appear to be baseless.
List of baseless complaints from that cat.
If cats could write, he'd be writing essays. I found the video where he does the facial fuckery with celebrity impressions. It's so old, it has VHS artifacts. Okay, well.
So is the show Time Team.
Well, yeah, Time Team has VHS artifacts, and I was expecting that. But Jim Carrey's been doing his facial impressions for long enough that early footage has VHS artifacts. And when you consider that most of my experience of Jim Carrey is of his work within the past 25 years,
I can't remember how long ago when he did the show in living color was, because that was outrageous too.
could be the same show.
Could be.
So today we are sculpting some mushrooms. I hope you enjoy. I've had to cancel a lot of streams lately and it gives me anxiety, so I wanted to make sure that I still got online when I could. And then, you know, touch wood, I'll still go live tomorrow. At which point, get a double helping of Elfie on Friday for some of you. No. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be looping the endless kotatsu music, because that's what I asked you to do. There are too many options. There we go. But what did you all do yesterday? Most of what I did yesterday was rode with Mumphy up to Phoenix, pick up Human 2 at the airport, and then we went to a grocery store. And then when I got home, I had a migraine, which was not very nice. So I hope that all of you got to do much nicer things than sit in the dark. I hope it stops. Migraines are so bad, why can't they just become our grain? I'm not sure whether or not making it a communal problem like that would improve the likelihood of treatment becoming better funded. Besides, that sounds like an awful lot like communism. We can't have that. Can't have people getting to have things just on the basis that they're a person. On the other hand, there are certainly, I can certainly see people going, oh, if only I could just give my migraine to this really unpleasant person that I know of, then maybe they would understand. Migraines are just a headache, right? Some people get migraines that actually don't touch their head and are still migraines. Rather than a headache, it completely destroys your bowels, for example. People want to talk about, oh, your guts are your second brain, and don't want to talk about what comes along with that. Hypothetical. They're a headache to deal with. It's one way of expressing it, yeah. Mumphy and I have been discussing me getting a haircut to see if that would help. I kind of want to have shorter hair again, shorter than I have right now, obviously. But I still want to be able to do stuff with it. So I'm a little torn. I'm one of those people. I do get a headache, but the headaches aren't the issue. It lasts like an hour at most. Yes! Exactly. My guts are indeed my brain. I just can't think on an empty stomach. Oh, good point. Good point. Think, 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 think. I am stout round, and I have found much to my surprise. I improve my appetite when I exercise. To be honest, the pain itself also, only really lasted an hour or two. But the light sensitivity lingered, which made it hurt again. And my stomach had been messed up for about 2 days, which is making me think maybe that's connected. I don't know, maybe this is a little bit too much medical. TMM, too much medical. But look, that was all silvery. Now it's all orange. And any minute now, it'll start looking like that. Get some nice little ridges and ripples. And then when I get home, paint them in lovely shades of orange and yellow. Get some pastel buttery yellow on the underside. They'll be looking quite chicken of the woodsy. Very munchable. As long as we don't do MLMs. Oh, we're not doing MLMs, buddy. Don't worry. Like, it's one thing if y'all want to, gift subscriptions, to sponsor people, to join in on the fun here with fewer interruptions. It's another thing for you to build a team under you doing that and somehow be totally about to make 6 figures this month. I ain't even making that. Are you kidding me? Although, if we count these, I did make a good deal more than 6 pumpkin figurines. Does that count? Charlie, do you think that counts?
No.
No,
Nope.
It's the way he just openly argues. He's just continuing to argue his point. And, I respect that. He's very dedicated to his cause. I will only do MLM the correct way. I am founding one. Oh, please do not do that. This is an economy where it will boom, but then it will bust hard and you might go to jail. So, in the interests of us getting to continue to hang out like this on a regular basis, we will miss your quick wit in chat, Josuke, if you get sent to jail for racketeering, money laundering, pyramid schemes, anything like that. Please don't. Only if you make an illegal one. Oh yeah, the legal pyramid schemes. You're so right. schemes are illegal, which means multi-level marketing isn't a pyramid scheme. They wouldn't do it if it was illegal. I trust the founders. Yeah, Charlie's skeptical of that. And I, for one, agree with him. Crypto isn't a pyramid scheme, it's a currency. Yeah, definitely. It's not a confidence scheme. Oh my god. But you know what really isn't a pyramid scheme? Organizations like the Asheville Tool Library, who are raising funds right now so that they can continue to clear the downed trees from Hurricane Helene from last year, which, yeah, there's still trees that both need cleared because they fell, and also that need taken down because they were damaged, and those are going to be processed and then distributed as firewood to the community. So, and I think that's pretty neat. It's a moss fact. Wish you dived into crypto when you were a teen, when it was tiny. I did make a good amount of money with crypto as a teen. Oh my goodness. That's early. Unless you're a lot younger than me, Jessica, that's very early days for crypto then. Now there's no use. I mean, was there a purpose to begin with? One that it could actually succeed at. Bitcoin was like $12 a Bitcoin. Jesus. No wonder we were talking about being legally rich. Teasing. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. I was experimenting last night with... They're fully dried now. Sorry about the noise. I was experimenting last night with this one, and I did some additive sculpting to build up those ridges. So I'm going to go ahead and trace on where they're going to go, and then we'll do some additive sculpt to get us there. Sold at 800-ish? Wow. Hi, Runa. Yeah, so peaceful right up until you said that, I guess. A little brightness in dark days with a candle. You know, we are heading into the dark time of the year. Gotta keep ourselves in mind that, like, hey, it's not gonna be dark forever. And if we keep just a little bit of light to hand, it can be easier to find when we need it. I've mentioned it before, I will probably say it again. One of the reasons that I make sure that as often and as long as I can, I make time to come here and hang out with y'all here on Twitch, is because for me, coming and spending this time is part of what reminds me that there is light despite darkness, you know? Whether that darkness is because I'm having a depressive spell, or overwhelmed with the news, or any combination thereof. Some kind of personal bad news, anything like that. Getting to come spend time here reminds me that there's plenty of reasons to keep going and keep fighting for what I believe the world should be like. And that there are people who agree and are also ready and willing to push for that future. And I think that's pretty great of you guys. Do you think she got the compliment, chat? I don't know. It depends. But you can see it's already getting some more dimension. Our goal is this, so we've got a little bit of work to do. But now that I've roughed it out, going with just a smidgen more. Chat's a little sleepy today, Runa. But how are you? Did you get good rest last time we talked? You were heading to bed. That's the most unsatisfying part. Is when I need to yawn and then it doesn't even do anything. Just walked away to grab a snack. That's okay. I think Runa tried to compliment me and maybe thinks I didn't get it. And I think maybe it was the light in the darkness thing. And I think maybe sometimes I just get a little uncomfy and awkward and don't really know how to respond. And Bicky now. Well, welcome, Bicky. Call you brightness in dark days. Well, like I said, in a lot of ways, that's why I have this space. By the way, the candle is scented. The scent name is Garden Herbs, and it kind of smells like when you get all down into a bed of tomato plants. It's delightful. So nostalgic for me. Yeah, see, there we go. Getting some dimension going there. Gotta have some depth. It's like Bob Ross said, you gotta have your darks and your lights. Gotta have those deeper shadows so those highlights really pop. Hi, my hobbits! Glad you could join us. Welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, also, for those of you who had been asking about me getting a P.O. box, I thought I had a little more time, but I got an email from my post office saying, hi, no P.O. box for you because you didn't make it down here with a piece of mail and 2 pieces of identification. So, I'm gonna have to try again when I get back, which is really annoying. Hopefully they can like give me back my money. Hi, Donna. Just listened to Taylor's new album for the first time. Oh, just saw Human 2 pacing in the background. Yeah, there's probably that like just little corner there that gets caught, huh? Welcome to the club of those who listened to it. I was about to head to bed, saw you were live. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I got to say hi to you guys, because I always feel really guilty when I have to cancel so unexpectedly. Like, it's outside of my control, really. But it still makes me feel bad, because, like, you know, canceling plans with someone that you were looking forward to hanging out with. It's not that you don't understand, it's that you still feel a little bit of disappointment, and I don't like causing that. P.O. box, more like poo-poo box. Oh my gosh. Hi, dwarf. Elfishness. You know, I aim for elfishness rather than selfishness. Just opened up WoW, but you're more important. My goodness. Well, hopefully you're not in the middle of a raid. Donna says hello. Ah! Sorry. Donna says hello to Human 2 and Mumphy. Everyone waved. Moss of Elfie is better than WoW. Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah. Raid failing legends. Yes, everyone say hi, Mumphy. Mumphy was talking about maybe coming on stream with us tomorrow. So hopefully you're not too sick of this. Gonna cleanse my brain with soap. What? Oh gosh. Figured out a name to change my professional 3D account and to slowly make it more of a studio account. Ooh, that's fun. So you have like a plan to transition it, or are you talking about your Twitch account, or are you talking about just on like Instagram, or? Dropping everything. Oh my goodness. He's got a bit of dropsy. Actually, I think that might be a real condition that you get in sheep. Apologies to any sheep for trivializing that. I have a 3D account where I make more professional content and it's more corporate. Gotcha. I'm not going to drop it like it's hot. If it was hot, I would have burnt my fingers, and that is not necessarily language that Twitch wants me using a lot of. Drop it like a hawk? Ooh. Why am I explaining that's where I met you? I forgot. That is so many channel points. Well, here's the thing, Donna. Everybody else doesn't know. It's a public space. If we were having a private conversation, I might wonder why you were explaining, but, you know, even so. Alrighty, what do we think? I think that's pretty good. Maybe just like, this one has some little tiny nubbins. I think that might be good. New name is the Render Path. Ooh, I like that. Leaning into like, hey, I do 3D rendering. That's specifically what we do here, and this is my path of 3D rendering study. That's cool. The render is the final output, so the path taken to achieve the final render. Love it. Love that. I love when names have a meaning like that, tell a little story. That's lovely. There we go. Nubbins. Names should have meaning and story. Mine is that I can't reach the mead. Working on the logo tomorrow, gonna announce it next week. Oh my goodness. So you're like doing a full rebrand. That'll be so cute. I look forward to seeing it, Donna. Do you want to drop your current link so that people can come find you? Be there for the unveiling? Or rather, drop it into the inbox of one of my moderators, and then they'll put it in chat. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Pumpkin. Hi, Gardevoir. Welcome in. How are we doing? Oh, whoa. It's D does 3D right now, but gonna change soon. Please, nobody steal the handle. Head pats on hold till able. Ah, thank you. I will take a glove off. Gonna retry the poo box. I am gonna retry. I'd really like to have it set up so that, you know, if I can't, well, for one thing, then I can order things to it and feel confident of, like, you know, it's not going straight to my house. I don't have to run the risk of, you know, waiting around for something to happen, for there to be a reason, anything like that. And it would mean that I would have somewhere safe for it to be sent to when I go, as like a return address, for when I get to a point where I can be more routinely pushing my art out into the world. I don't want it to sit on my porch and get rained on, you know? But head pats. There we go. My hand is so sticky from being in these gloves. It's so dry here that it's really surprising and kind of unpleasant. Ugh. And can you hear that? Ugh. I don't know why it does that. It makes me not very happy. So what happens when you sell stickers? Do they get your real address as the return address? I'm not prepared to talk about that right now. No. But I would like to have a more formal arrangement. No. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't have one. Should get a cup of water. Skills me. Ah! Now they're both sticky and gross. Oh my goodness. Bleh. Oh, but if you are interested in stickers, please be aware that we have Margaret stickers still in stock. Almost fully in stock, in fact. And if you would like a sticker with Margaret or with Salsa, Ko-Fi shop. Check it out. Water. I shan't pry further then. I'm glad it's no. We need to keep our face safe. Thank you. Like I said, I just want to have something a little more formal arranged, you know? I know I'm not a ginormous influencer or something. I don't have a stalker or anything. But I also don't really want to wait around for any of those things to be true and realize that I've left myself in the open with like a giant target on my noggin, you know? Just seems like something that it would be better to not be so silly about. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. I've had a stalker. It's not worth taking the risk, TBH. Well, thank you for the confirmation that it is not worth taking the risk, and I should be being proactive like this. Thank you. Sincerely. It's so unpleasant. I like these gloves. They fit really well. I don't like what my hands do while they're inside of them. Oh man. Okay, the other thing to consider, to ask you guys, since we've got our ad break coming up in, I think, let me do some math here, 8-ish minutes? Something like that. We also have 4 more little foil balls that could be turned into pumpkins. Do we think we have enough of a tiny pumpkin army already, or should we make more pumpkins that are very small? What do we think? You're amazing, never forget. Donna, thank you. Yosuke says it had to deal with stalkers for other people way too many times. It happens way too often to take the risk. Internet people are weird. They really are. They really are. We've had some interesting characters over the years. Thankfully, none that got to that kind of weird. But certainly there have been occasions where, you know, it became obvious once more and quite directly that internet safety is important. Hello, Wolfric. Thanks for the follow, friend. Hope you're having a pleasant and mossy day. Small ones would be cute. You want more small ones? More little tiny babies? Look how small they are. They are smaller than my eyeball. So small. Gonna fight them off. Tiny pumpkin army. I'm gonna fight them off. A tiny pumpkin army couldn't hold me back. I enjoy being the good kind of weird. Yes, the good kind of weird. The good kind of weird that I look forward to talking to multiple times a week. It's so nice. So nice to have my lovely little weirdos to talk to in my phone. So nice. Alright, I think I need to put the gloves back on. Because if I don't, then the clay dries out super, super fast and gets a weird, awful skin. I'm starting to think there must be something wrong with my skin that is affecting the clay. But yeah. Depending on the person, I like being different types of weird. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. What type of weird do you think you are when you're here? Seriously, why is it sticky? That's awful. Okay. You know, I was gonna put these back on, and I may need to change my mind about that. That's just, there's condensation on the glove. Ugh, no, sweaty paws. No sweaty paws. My authentic weird? Oh, wonderful, I'm glad. Oh no, the condensation. Oh no. No, because you see what happened was. No, but there's like actual like dewdrops of hand sweat. I can't look at that. Okay. Fresh gloves. Fresh gloves are the answer. We are going to have fresh gloves. We're going to be fine. Claire. I don't know who you're making me do an impression of, but I hope that they're having a good life, and whatever condensation problems they were having have resolved.
Did you tell Chad that the place that you bought that ball python frog from was called Handle These Balls?
I did not tell them that, no. Who's saying that? I didn't say that.
Human 2 is saying it.
Okay,
It's
well.
a fun fact.
I was gonna share some of the shops we saw. Do you guys wanna? Okay. So here's the frog. Here's the frog. It's just a little leggy frog. Purchased from one of the vendors this weekend at the Reptile and Amphibian Show here in Tucson, Arizona, at the Pima County Fair. It was delightful. I highly recommend that if you are in that area, you make some time to go see events like this, because they're great. And as Human 2 has pointed out, yes, the lovely enterprise that was selling charity frogs is brilliantly named Handle These Balls. And I now have 5 of these stickers because we went and saw them multiple times, once per, each separate day, and they gave us each a sticker because I was there with my mom. And then they also gave us stickers when I purchased the frog. So, yeah. He's a beautiful snake, though. Look at that. Look at that morph. He's got a little bit of pinstripe there. He's got a lovely piebald pattern. Maybe a little bit of banana because he's got those freckles. That's a beautiful noodle. For real. For real. It's an old Australian show. These girls gained magical powers of being turned into mermaids. Whatever water they touched, they turned into mermaids immediately. Oh, wait. No. Was it on Disney Channel? Because I feel like I know this one. Oh, God. Human 2, did you know the mermaid show? No. It was...
like Ranma, though.
No, it was 3 girls. And, yeah, kind of the same mechanism as Ranma. But, oh, God. What was it called? Oh, whatever, moisture. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. I had a rock and stone texture pack I made and called She Is Stoned and I Have Concrete Evidence. It was called H2O. See? I've seen a couple of episodes of H2O. At least a couple of episodes. But yeah. Yes, I am having, I guess, my own little H2O problem. Let's see. Let's get some honorable mentions in here. One of the last people we talked to there was Lawrence L.C. Jones, biologist and herpetologist. Here is his card. Just very fun to talk to. Had tons of really cool stickers of like drawn artwork of different critters. Yeah. He's got like a ton of credentials on the back here too, if you want to take a little screeny. And then also listed a bunch of his aliases at the bottom of the card, including ones that he'd forgotten he'd put on there, such as Commander Salamander, Larry the Lizard Guy, Larry O Bulgaria, Uncle Nardley. Yeah, they're just, I don't know how you get called Uncle Nardley. But it hasn't happened to me yet. So. Oh, but here's the pamphlet from the charity frog, the U.S. ARC, United States Association of Reptile Keepers. They are protecting responsible herpetology. So, like, you know, not just taking animals out of the wilderness and making them your pet, but like responsibly, like protecting people's like ability to go and interact with animals in a responsible fashion, protecting people's ability to safely and legally access pet animals that it's actually reasonable for us to be keeping domestically. You know? Yeah. Great pamphlet. If there is interest, I will scan in some shots and share that in the Discord for you guys. Yeah, U.S. ARC. This was a $20 froggy. I think it was $20 well spent for the preservation of everybody's ability to safely care for and manage their noodles and lizards. Arachnids, all little guys. Herpetology, study of what? Yeah, so herping, so when you say like you're gone herping, like that's going out into your local wilderness or traveling to some other wilderness or just walking down the street looking for critters, usually reptiles and amphibians. Yeah. Aliases, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So that was really cool. Let's see. There's also a yarn crafter who, oh, I think she said she didn't have any cards left. I'm looking here. Well, I have this sticker from Chimera Creations that says persist, stay weird. I thought that was pretty great. But where? I have a parking pass. I have a lot of different snake suppliers cards now. Oh gosh. Oh, and this person did jumping spiders. Great pieces, great little guys, really wonderful. No, I was right. She didn't have a card that day. That's right. Dang it. Well, at any rate, I will make sure to point her out to you guys on Instagram and let you guys know in the Discord when I find her again, because I followed her on Instagram because she didn't have her card. No, that's not what it's a study of, dwarf. No, definitely not. Is the thing on your desk a candle holder? The green thing? This green thing? No, this is actually a little Japanese tea cup, but it has a little chip in the rim, so I'm currently using it as a little dipping bowl so that I can do clay things. But my hands are just not really feeling it. They're getting so sticky inside the gloves right now, Felipe. I just can't do it. It's too sticky. It's too gross. And I am not in the business of selling my sweaty gloves for internet money to weird people who like that sort of thing. And so I am just quite simply not gonna sweat my palms any further than it needs to happen. My favorite third burn is this. I may not be a chronologist, but I know a prick when I see one because it's the Studio Cactus Spice. That's so cool. I have objects that look exactly the same but have holes in the middle for some reason. You know, on the outside, like this shape, definitely just a delightful shape to have in general. I'm not going to tip that one over to show you, but let me get one of the others, because I got a whole set of them shortly after arriving here in Arizona at the thrifty store, because I saw them. They were perfect and green, and I loved them. Obviously, I had to have them. So, here's a couple of them. So, as you can see, hopefully, they've got a really lovely sort of a shattered effect. Let me see if I can get a little more light. Does that do anything? Maybe not. It's a little overcast here today. Tucson is usually very sunny, but today we had like a 20-something chance of rain. Left over from yesterday when it forgot to come in. And so, yeah. Here. Big stretch. Oh, thank you. Yes, we will do a quick little stretch. Oh. Oh. Palms are sweaty, knees weak. There's no vomit on my sweater. I promise you that. But no, come here. Come here. You deserve to see this. And the light is better over here. If I just... There we go. See? Isn't that just so pretty? How would you leave that behind? It looks like moss. I had to have them. They are too pretty. And so now I have 5. And it is great. Yeah! Isn't that stunning? And it does it on the outside too. And each of them has like a different shattering pattern to it. Yeah. So they were coming home with me. And they still are. They're coming all the way home to Ohio.